The Elon men's basketball team made plenty of noise in the Southern Conference this past season, but not all the players were household names.
These players are the walk-ons, and though they may not always fall under the limelight, their role on the team is just as essential.
Walk-Ons. Everyone sees them, not everyone notices. These non-scholarship players go to all the practices, travel to all the games, but don't always see playing time, raising the question, just what does a walk-on add to a basketball team?
But they help us win games in many ways. One way walk-ons help us win games is they really prepare us for games. They are the scout team. And I take a lot of pride in our scout team. But I will say that we look for toughness, and we look for work ethic, and we look for guys that with great character, that are coachable. So very much like we look for anybody that we add to our program or allow to be a part of our family, we look for the same qualities. I was a walk-on in college on a basketball team. Jack Wooten, one of our assistant coaches, was a walk-on. So we take a lot of pride in the scout team and the walk-ons that make our team and then make our scout team.
You know, I went to school, I went to North Carolina, to go to North Carolina for academics. Didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and went there with no expectations of playing basketball, and got pretty fortunate with tryouts, played JV for a couple of years, and got really lucky. You know, it's all timing for a lot of times for walk-ons, and it was awesome. Good. We got just about all of the perks that every other guy did, and that's something that they made sure of doing, and it's the same way here. You know, our guys are treated, you know, as much as we can, treated just as fairly as our other guys are, and get everything that they get. And that, you know, they've earned their way on the team. They've earned their way just like the scholarship guys are, and so they deserve every benefit that those guys do.
Gear is one of those things that you thought you might not get as much, but the coaches here are great, and they give you the same or even more sometimes.
Once a player makes our team, they're no longer a walk-on or a scholarship player. They're a member of the team. And if they can make our team and help us win games, then they'll play.
We're all the same team, so I feel comfortable with everybody else. I mean, and we do have little niches sometimes. I do hang out with the walk-ons a lot on road trips and stuff like that, but I hang out with everybody a lot too. So. Here we go. When we played Duke, I was Kyle Singler for that practice, and you know, I kind of went out there with the mentality that I was Kyle Singler, so I didn't, you know, I never passed. I shot every time I touched the ball. It was a good practice for me at least, and that was probably my favorite scout team moment, being Kyle Singler.
And there's a lot of good guards in the Southern Conference this year, and so you know, we had different guys get to be Andrew Gowdlock, who, you know, was fourth in the country in scoring, Cameron Wells, who scored 2,000 points at the Citadel. And so that's something, it's big for those guys to pick up their tendencies. You know, they've got 10 film clips, 3 seconds each, and they've got to pick it up, and we want them to be that guy. You know, obviously they're not. There's some physical limitations, but it's fun. I think it's fun for them to try and shoot a left-handed hook if they're right-handed, or, you know, to do whatever we need them to do. But it's good because it gives our guys looks for the next day. When I was at Carolina, I was Gerald Henderson from Duke, and he's an athletic specimen. I'm not. And so it's fun. It's fun to try and be those guys, you know, in the context of knowing that you need to help the team. There's not much gratitude, you know, for those guys, and I think it's very important that people realize what they do for us. And if they get there early, with this team, it's great. We have some of the most athletic walk-ons in the country. I feel like they put on a dunk contest before games. So next season, be sure to get there early and watch our walk-ons dunk before games.